It's Kate's story, and Tyler really is, you know, I always looked at Tyler as a guy who was trying to remind her about the fun of storm chasing. I wanted to start out with Tyler Owens as being a self-promoting, you know, what you think he is, which is just a self-promoting, you know, adrenaline junkie. And then you realize there's real depth here, and he really understands why he chases and what he's chasing and why Kate is something worth chasing. There are very few similarities between storm chasers. They come from all over the world, all different types of backgrounds. The one thing that brings them together is a fascination with this unexplainable phenomenon that is tornadoes. These are people that wouldn't have found themselves in the same car unless they were all fascinated by the same thing. And I think that the Wranglers really represent that feeling, which is all tornado nerds. You know, they all look different, they all talk different, and they all look at this tornado with a different fascination. But at the end of the day, this is what binds them together. So I think the Tornado Wranglers represent a family, and that's what Kate's looking for. There's this really interesting relationship with humans and this, you know, natural phenomenon. And you can simultaneously be absolutely terrified of something, but also revere it. And I think that's what this movie really explores. And sometimes that's the most exciting thing, is something that you can't really understand, something that can really hurt you, to try to better get as close as possible and better understand it. The thing that makes Isaac really special is he's so character-driven, and he's so in tune with performance and authenticity that he never lets effects drive the movie. He always lets character drive the movie, and that's where this thing is not going to go off the rails. And where I think he's the perfect choice for a movie like this, because there's still a heartbeat at the center of all this. You know, if you can, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of theatrical spectacle, still find the heartbeat and still understand why audiences around the world are going to engage with this movie, that's what makes Isaac really special. I find to be in this community, to be next to storm chasers, the closest I'll ever get to being a superhero. You know, someone who really has their own superpower in terms of being able to read the wind, you know, and chase it and harness it and affect it. And I think that's what's really fun about this story, is it's really smart people that are doing really extraordinary things. And that's what makes a movie like this, for me, the reason I was like desperate to be a part of this movie. I've never really identified with extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. I've always identified with ordinary people up against extraordinary odds. And I think that's what is the magic of this movie.
What I think are the greatest people on the planet are people that take childhood aspirations and can bring them into adulthood, that can take that idealism that you feel as a kid and really say, despite all the circumstances around it, I think I can still make a difference. So Kate's role in this movie is she had this dream as a kid to be able to disrupt a tornado, to basically take that intense power, the power that takes people's homes and leaves all this destruction, and figure out how to get out ahead of it and use science to save lives.